Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
Leading the league in rushing after week 1, you know he'd love to double down and continue that type of play here in week 2.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Again, it's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And able to find Allen Lazard. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. But the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Garoppolo on first down. And his throw is incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce. On 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play in the drive. Garoppolo now. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. It's one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. To the right side, this is Taylor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And this one is right through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here the Falcons now as they get set for their opening possession. Orchestrating the offense will be their versatile quarterback, the Hawaii native, Oregon Duck product. Of course, that's Marcus Mariota.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
Singletary to get the drive started. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Throwing on second down, Mariota, and that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Mariota. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On second down, here's Garoppolo. And he's got Pierce. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lead the 39 for first. This is 3rd down. There's Garoppolo to throw. He's got a man. Complete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. That's complete to Lazard. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's brought down. Getting this one off to about the 35. 3 out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Open man is Edwards. He's got it. And he goes out right around the 39. From the 39, Mariota eluding the pressure right. A beautiful fake. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
From Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing is Mariota. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
A give, Singletary right side, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. but how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to them?
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor.
Holding. Offense.
That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Over 70 yards receiving now for him in his first half alone, as he's got a first down on that last catch. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
On 2nd and goal, Garoppolo. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley-Cox, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Point after here coming up. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time.
Well,
I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Mariota. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Mariota. Flushed out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They get the game.
Indeed, a lot of football, full half to be played. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Garoppolo toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing, Mariota. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we'll reach halftime here in a 10-point game. Coach. Thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, Mariota. Looking there for punts, but intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Atlanta regains possession of the football. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the handoff, running left, Singletary. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mariota now. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Mariota now after the fumble recovery. Over the middle, caught by London. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, Mariota. And that is incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
He was covered by Stephon Gilmore.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. On the handoff, Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Garoppolo now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On 2nd, here's Algier. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mariota to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the run back in the pocket.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Garoppolo, he'll get this one to Pittman. A 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was all pretty tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes. They bring up 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Mariota. Got a man, it's London. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Rodgers on the return. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. To throw, Mariota. And caught by London. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A 1st down throw for Mariota. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mariota. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 40. They'll throw again. Mariota. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. But just to add that to the list of great moments for this defense today, they've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, and Mariota at their own 24. Back to it after the pick 6. Mariota flush to his right, and he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
The pickup of 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Mariota over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10.
To throw is Mariota. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
To Calvin Ridley. 8 yards on the pickup.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mariota. This pass is caught by London. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 26. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. To the air again, Mariota. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mariota. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mariota. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On the handoff, this is Taylor. Down at the 35, it'll be second down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run once more with Taylor. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.